What's happening? What's going on, guys? So in today's video, I'm going to show you some of my coloring tips, color grading tips with the film emulator Dehancer. I was contacted by Dehancer to make this review of my own words. They didn't tell me anything. They didn't tell me to say anything, but I did want to put that out there right at the beginning. The last month I've been using it, and I found so many good uses for it. So we're going to jump in. I'm going to show you some of the uses, and that's going to be the video. So here we go. All right, so I have this Premiere project here with these clips, 3 of them from my job, one of our games. Shot some warm-ups in our red, like, third alternate jerseys for the Griffins, and they were all shot at log 4K 10-bit. So to run through these, first clip, just back of a player's jersey, shine here, 65. It's good for just like good social stuff. It's good for if we need to do like a feature player and show his number, show that. It's just from warm up. It's a good one. The second one is a tunnel. I call it our tunnel. It's like from the bench and the ice back to the locker room. So we got 2 guys here. This was one of the first games we wore these jerseys, so I wanted to feature the logo. It's our old retro logo, the ones that the team started with back in the 90s. So it's just kind of like a remake of those. So there's 2 of our players walking through, get the back of the jerseys as they go into the locker room. And this third clip here is just one of our goaltenders, just warm-ups, making some saves, all that good stuff. But you can see they're very raw. They're shot raw. This timeline is if I go in the timeline settings here, it is a 1920 by 1080. So everything was downscaled from 4K to 1920 by 1080 or 1080p. I do that a lot when I shoot 4K. I don't always shoot 4K. Sometimes I shoot in the S-Cinetone on the FX3. I'll pop up a quick little video of my setup, but everything you're seeing here was either shot with the G Master 24-70 Sony E-mount or the G Master 70-200 Sony E-mount Mark II. So I believe this first one was shot on the 24-70. This was on the 24-70, and then this last one here was on the 70-200, punched all the way in. We'll go with this first one. Let's drag over this adjustment layer. So the second I drop it on, you'll see it pops. The color pops a lot. This is kind of my style, a very punchy color, especially because of the red. We really wanted to show that off. And if I click here and I go down, I have Dehancer. When you get Dehancer, it will be in your effects. So then you just go over here, you type in Dehancer, and it will pop up here. Or I have my own folder right here that I put all the things I use regularly. So I just click drop down there, and I don't have to like search it every time. I don't have to do it here, but you would drag it onto your adjustment layer. I put all my edits on the adjustment layer. Okay, here's a new adjustment layer. Let's delete Dehancer. So when you drop Dehancer on, you're going to get kind of like this film look, very, very grainy, which is just kind of like the stock profile for it. You have to go in and you turn off a couple. It's film grain, print, expand, I believe. Yep. And I think that is it. Oh no, and then film. There we go. Turn all those off. So you're still going to have your you're still going to have your log profile. You have to go into input, down to choose camera not selected. You go down, you have a bunch of selections here from Apple iPhone, Blackmagic, Canons, DJI, Confinity, Reds. You find Sony. For me, it's going to be Sony Cineline FX7 S-Log S Gamma 3. That's pretty much doing it's emulating or doing a LUT conversion or a Rec 709 conversion to the film. So then you bring it back, and that honestly, like right there, it's a little dark for my taste, but that looks good as is. So you could just export that and be done with it. The next thing I do is I usually bring the comp up just a little bit, the exposed comp, just to kind of bring up the brightness just a tiny bit. I usually go up, so you see if I bring it up. I usually bring it up to about 0.8. Maybe even like I'll bring it down to like maybe a 0.5. I usually go like 0.3, 0.5 depending. Film developer, I do like a little boost. Film developer. And then I do a contrast boost, just a little one, because I like to have that like red pop. Usually I go around a 10. Maybe it's a little high. I'm at 8.6 right now. And then I go into film grain and I do a custom film grain. Custom, we go 5, 25, 75, 30, 55, 65, and 65. I think that's it. I think I just make it not as much of film grain. And then we go halation. I do halation and bloom are my favorite effects from Dehancer, and I know in other editing softwares they have it like built in different ways, but I know in Premiere for a long time I was doing like multiple adjustment layers to do like this like half blur, half like Gunson blur, half whatever color boost. I don't even remember all of it. Not having to do that is phenomenal because I love using halation and bloom. Halation, I do a custom one again. So we're gonna enable that to start. You can see it kind of change there. If I zoom in, it's a little poppy, but I do change it. 1580, 50, 20, 0, 40, 50, 170. Yep. So that's all I do for the bloom. Let's bring that back. Or sorry, that's all I do for the halation. And then we're gonna go into bloom, which I use the Super 35. And we turn that on and turn that off. You can see that. I really like having that like dreamy, soft effect up here, like on the mask here, or the visor, you can see it. So if I zoom in and then turn it on, and turn it off. I just like that. I know not everyone does, but that's, I believe, all I do. That's all I use Dehancer for. You can do some Lumetri color if you need to adjust your whites and stuff. I still do some curves, as you see here. I have a little bit of curves on it. Nothing crazy, like I could turn those off and it's not gonna make a huge difference. That's just because I've been doing this for like 10-15 years and I'm just stuck in my ways, and then sometimes I still add some curves, but that's about it there. And here are the other two. So this one just needed a little bit more light to it, or sorry, less light to it because it was too bright. So that's just me messing with the curves. If anything, it might even be able to come up just a tiny bit on those curves. And we go over to the goalie. And there's the adjustment layer for that one. Again, without, with. Maybe a little dark, but I know it gets a little bit brighter. I think I adjust the camera a little bit. But this one, the goalie, has the input, the contrast boost on film developer, and then it has the film grain, the custom film grain, custom halation, and then, oops, I love the bloom activated on that one. That is what I use Dehancer Pro for, and it's made it easy because you just have these built custom things that I just go in, drop it on, bop, 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 and export. So that's all I use Dehancer for. Let's render this in and out real quick. So yeah, Dehancer, I'm just using it instead of having to do a bunch of adjustment layers for different coloring. I'm able to kind of just drop it on with my look that I like to get out of it. Super basic, but for what I do with the lighting I work with in sports, it works for me really well. So that is Dehancer. I do like it. There's a lot more to it that I still have to explore, but this works really well for the quick drop and goes, especially for log footage, because I was always afraid to use log footage. Okay, now that this is rendered, we're gonna give it a quick play here. Can I make this big? So this is what it looks like after it is fully edited from S-Log 4K 10-bit filming on the FX3. I think it looks pretty good. It's all shot at 60, exported at 24 or 23.9 for that like motion look to it. This one has more bloom than normal on it, like more halation and bloom, but I kind of like it. And yeah, that's it. That's literally all I do with, oops, close that. That's all I do with it. So if you guys want to check out Dehancer, go check it out. They do have, like, you can test things before you like buy. It just puts a big watermark on there. And yeah, let me know if you want to know any more about editing or shooting, and if there's anything else you want to know about Dehancer. And yeah, see you guys in the next one. Bye.